The following is a presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Welcome to the Liberty Flames Clubhouse Report from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. The Flames Clubhouse Report is brought to you by Fink's Jewelers. Since 1930, trusted for generations. Stay tuned for the latest views on Liberty Flames baseball, a look around the ASUN Conference, and we'll catch up with Flames head coach Scott Jackson. Now, here's the voice of Flames baseball, Nick Pierce.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Liberty Flames Clubhouse Report as Flames baseball takes the show on the road this weekend for a three-game ASUN Conference Series. Liberty visits the University of North Alabama in Florence beginning on Friday night at 6 o'clock. Nick Pierce with you on this week's edition of the Flames Clubhouse Report, as always brought to you by Fink's Jewelers. We've got a jam-packed show today, so we're going to dive right in as we get you set for three guests on this program. Flames pitcher Dylan Cumming will revisit his post-game comments after Tuesday's win over Virginia Tech. Also, we had a chance to catch up this week with Flames right fielder Jake Wilson. And as always, we'll visit with the head coach of the Flames a little later on, Scott Jackson, as we head into the weekend. Flames come in at 22-8 to the weekend, 8-1 in the ASUN Conference. They sit atop the ASUN North Division standings. Flames have won 5 straight ball games after a big win over 12th-ranked Virginia Tech on Tuesday night in Lynchburg. Liberty over Tech 8-2. The Hokies were ranked as high as 12th in the country, also 17th in the D1 baseball poll. Just depends on what poll you're looking at. Baseball America had them 12th. And the Flames got a big win over basically a top 15 program. They did it with a 5-run fifth inning. Liberty also got a home run on Tuesday from Logan Matthew, his third in less than a week. Flames catcher Gray Betts extended his hitting streak to 16 games now, and Betts during that stretch is hitting a whopping .479. He's got 23 hits over his last 16 ball games. Just an incredible run that he's on. He's also reached base in 19 straight. But a big win on Tuesday night for the Flames in terms of postseason positioning. Liberty now with an RPI of 35, which puts the Flames squarely on the board for a potential at-large berth if needed to the NCAA tournament. Flames are also 14-0 in their home ballpark and 8-8 on the road heading into this weekend series. You look at some of the projections. Baseball America this week had the Flames in as an at-large in the Knoxville Regional, would be squared up against Georgia Tech. I think last week, D1 Baseball had the Flames in the Columbia Regional, also facing Georgia Tech. I'm sure that the Flames would take either one of those. If you just kind of look at where we are right now in the top 16 to 20 teams in the country, it seems like Knoxville, Columbia, or Greenville, North Carolina are three possible spots where you could be looking at going to a regional if the Flames should advance there. Still a lot of baseball left to be played, but it's fun to look ahead to those types of things for us as fans and broadcasters. And the Flames have certainly had the type of season that would warrant postseason consideration, and gosh, man, I got to tell you that they really passed the eye test. I mean, when you look at the power arms, the shutdown bullpen, and then the offense has really started to pick it up. The defense has been one of the top defensive units in the country all season. I mean, this is going to be a big stretch coming up here over the next couple of weeks for Liberty as they look to position themselves to try to get back to the NCAA tournament and really essentially make it back-to-back seasons, right? I mean, 2019 went to a regional as the ASUN tournament champions, no postseason in 2020, so trying to get back to the dance for back-to-back seasons, do that for the first time since 2013-14. All right, like I said, big show coming up here. So first we want to kick things off by going back to Tuesday night after the ball game. Dylan Cumming, one of the top performers for the Flames on Tuesday, 6+ innings. He took a one-hit shutout into the 7th, wound up giving up 2 runs when it was all said and done. But an outstanding effort for Cumming, 4 strikeouts against the Hokies. His best outing as a Liberty Flame and his first start since his days at Chicago State. Chicago State transfer in his first season with LU, joined us on the radio. Dylan Cumming chatting about his big outing against the Hokies right after the ball game on Tuesday night. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I know that this season did not get off to the start you wanted, but Coach talked about it. You worked and you just kind of kept your head down and came in every day and put in the work. What was that like for you after that opening weekend and TCU and then just kind of getting back in the lab?
Yeah, it was like, it felt like weeks of just like trying to get back to what I know I'm good at and what I know that I can do, because I felt like those first 2 weeks were kind of like getting out of my element a little bit, and I was trying to throw a little harder. I was getting some velo gains, but it was like, that's not what I need at this point. And after the 2 rough outings, it was, what can I do to settle down? And I used the next few weeks just to settle down and get back to what I know how to do, which is throw at the bottom of the zone and get ground outs.
Yeah, you got some tonight, and really, I mean, one hit through 6 innings. I mean, what was really working for you out there? It
was just spotting up the fastball. The fastball low and away, especially to the lefties, getting the ground balls, just kind of mixing up every once in a while. I didn't really have the curveball for a while, so it was kind of just I had to hit my spots and let it work, and it was working, it was diving, and they didn't seem to like that lower outside corner.
Yeah, and looked like you were, at times kind of changing eye levels out there a little bit too, kind of, come up in the zone just to kind of show me something, and
that it's there. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, how much are you, strategically or I guess cerebrally trying to attack these guys out there like that?
It's definitely always going to come back to a play to my strengths with most guys, because I do throw it's a pretty heavy sinker. That's like my main goal. So I'm not usually trying to go up. It's down, and just make him go after it, because it's a tough pitch to hit.
Yeah, I got a text tonight from a guy who used to pitch here, and he was watching you on TV, I guess, and said, he reminds me of Derek Lowe. I mean, is that a comparison you've ever heard?
I've heard a couple of them, just like I've heard that and Kyle Hendricks, just the style of pitching.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah, I've heard that.
What made you want to come to Liberty as we're visiting here with Dylan Cumming, Flames pitcher, Thompson Brooks Insurance Player of the Game tonight? Outstanding work on the mound as he gets the win. Dylan, what made you want to transfer, leaving Chicago State and then coming here to Liberty?
Yeah, so it was an unfortunate situation. Chicago State decided to cut the program pretty late on, and it was just kind of a scramble, and I was trying to find somewhere to go, and really just kind of the stars aligned with here. It was a lot of places had some complications with all the transfer credits and all that stuff, and this kind of fell into place. It was like, okay, took a look at the facilities, talked to the coach, loved the coach, and it was like, okay, this has got to be it.
And what's the experience been like for you since you've been here?
I love it. The guys are great. I spent the first majority of this season in the bullpen. It's like just the guys out there in the gas station out in left field. Love them. love everybody on the team. It's the coaching staff is something else. I love everybody around here.
Is that what they call it, the gas station out there?
Oh yeah. That's the gas station out in left field.
Love it. Well, you came out with a full tank tonight and emptied it out on the Hokies, and that was a lot of fun to watch. So, Dylan, appreciate the time, and, best of luck coming up here this weekend. It should be a good series in Florence.
Yep, absolutely. I'm excited.
Once again, that's Flames right-hander Dylan Cumming. Big start for him this past Tuesday night against Virginia Tech in Lynchburg. Flames are on their way to Florence, Alabama for a 3-game conference series this weekend with the North Alabama Lions. We'll talk more about it later on with the head coach of the Flames, Scott Jackson. But when we come back, we'll catch up with Liberty newcomer, Flames right fielder Jake Wilson. He joins us next on this week's edition of the Liberty Flames Clubhouse Report, presented by Fink's Jewelers.
Back-to-back Cure Bowl champion.
The Flames won!
Ranked 17th in the nation. Wins over Virginia Tech and Syracuse.
The Flames wrap up the Hokies.
Flames Nation, we're just getting started. Be at Williams Stadium this fall for Liberty Flames football. Head coach Hugh Freeze and the Flames are looking to win their 3rd straight bowl game. Season tickets start at just $70, a savings of 51% from single game prices. Get yours now at lufootball.com. Now, back to the Liberty Flames Clubhouse Report, presented by Fink's Jewelers.
All right, welcome back here to the Flames Clubhouse Report this week. Nick Pierce with you, and it's time now to join Flames right fielder Jake Wilson for our weekly conversation here. Newcomer on the ball club from New Lowell, Ontario, Canada, and also a Bowling Green transfer as well. Jake, appreciate the time. Having a big year for the Flames and the ball club having a big year up to this point so far. How much fun has it been to be a part of this new team?
Yeah, thank you for having me. But it's been a lot of fun. I don't think I've ever been a part of a program as successful as this one, and as fun to be around with all the guys. Like, we all get along very well, and I think it just translates to wins in the win column. And like I said before, it's a lot of fun. So I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, and you guys seem very disinterested in losing a home game this year.
Yeah, definitely not on our agenda, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I think that box has been checked pretty solidly here so far, 14-0 in your home ballpark. How much fun is it playing at Liberty Baseball Stadium, Worthington Field?
Oh, it's amazing. Even though, like, our capacity is not allowed to be full, like, our crowd sounds like it's over 5,000. Like, they're amazing, very loud, a lot of energy, a lot of fun to play for. So playing at home is definitely so far the best part of this season, just playing in front of all the Liberty fans.
Flames right fielder Jake Wilson with us on the Clubhouse Report this week. You're riding a 7-game hitting streak now. Things going pretty well for you at the plate?
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay relaxed in the box and just not try to do too much. Just try to see the ball as well as I can. And like I said, not try to do too much with it and just have fun with it. It's baseball. It's a child's game. Just have fun with it.
You've hit in different spots in the order. You hit leadoff for a little while. Do you like where you are now?
Yeah, I honestly, if I'm in the starting nine, I like it. So wherever coach puts me, I'll do as much as I can for the team and do whatever it takes to win. So I don't care where I'm at in the orders. If I'm in the order, I'm exhilarated. So wherever he puts me, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's a good ball player answer right there. I mean, as long as you see your name on the lineup card, it doesn't really matter where you're hitting or where you're playing. You're in the ball game. But, Jake, you transferred in from Bowling Green. When did you first hear about Liberty, and when did the Flames kind of get on your radar as a possibility to continue your career? Well,
in high school, when I was already committed for Bowling Green my junior and senior year. In my senior year, some of my teammates were talking about like how Liberty had a very good baseball program in Virginia. I was just like, oh, never heard of them, but they do have a really good baseball program there. So look, they have a nice stadium and all that too. And then I did my 4 years at Bowling Green, and then I entered the transfer portal. And then Coach Cannon hit me up right away. He says, "Hey, I'm so-and-so, coach at Liberty. Love to get to know you. And see if you have a possible future here." And I'm like, Liberty, I've heard of that. And I looked it up. I'm like, yeah, it's a school we're talking about in high school that's very successful, very well coached, very well constructed. So as soon as I saw all the facilities, got to know the coaches and saw their track record, I was more than flattered that they considered me to be one of their guys that they wanted to bring in.
You were drafted coming out of high school too, right?
Yes, sir.
And I know it was kind of late, so I don't guess that was ever really a real consideration for you. But the Red Sox did draft you. Is that something you think about, though, after college now at this point, is trying to play some pro ball?
Yeah, so like you said, it was very late for me to even consider it. It was in the 39th round, so I was more set on getting my education and making it more of a priority, because there's not much money left in that late of a round. So I decided to go to school instead, and I'm happy with that choice I've made to this day. And right now, I just want to try and stay focused on the here and now and just getting more wins for the Flames. And then whatever happens after the season happens. If I get to play pro ball, I'm more than happy. And if not, I'll do whatever I can to get there. But right now, I'm just trying to stay focused on getting more wins for the Flames.
Yeah, actually, I saw an interesting stat the other day that 46% of the guys on opening day rosters this year went to a 4-year college. And that's a higher number than what I would have guessed. So there's a lot of development and a lot of good and going to school here, I think, as well as visiting here with Flames outfielder Jake Wilson. And Jake, coming out of Canada, you mentioned high school there. I know you played some football there too as well, right?
Yeah, high school sports are not as competitive as American high school sports. So like really, if you get a group of guys together to play a sport, usually you have a team. But my high school was we took it a little bit more serious than the average high school. So our football program was pretty good my sophomore year. I played there And then also our hockey program was on the rise because we're also a new school when I joined. So I played on the hockey team as well, and also the track team as well. So, and obviously the baseball teams. So we are pretty competitive compared to the average high school. So when I tell all the Americans, like I played in like numerous sports in high school, they're just saying, "Oh," I'm just like, "No, don't worry. It's not as competitive as you think. It's more of a fun time to get out of class and play with the boys." So.
Well, I was going to ask you, how in the world do you have time to do all that?
Yeah. See, we like I said, it's not as serious. So that's why if you're good at the sport, you play travel, you play outside of high school. So I played like high level hockey and baseball outside of high school. So that's where I was able to get seen for baseball specifically.
What position did you play in hockey?
I was a center. So I was on the guy on the draw, trying to win the face-off.
And what about football?
When I say that, it's a lot of shock to people because I was a middle linebacker and a slot back. So when I say middle linebacker, like, you're way too small to be a middle linebacker. I was just like, yeah, I guess. But hey, I got the job done. That's all that matters.
Do you miss any of the other sports you played?
Yeah, I really miss hockey and football, just like the contact sports. Just get down in the mud in those rainy days. I miss, and playing hockey on the ice with all the fellas. I really do miss that. And growing up, I really thought I was going to be a hockey player. Like, I was dead set on being a hockey player, going to the NHL and everything like that. And then I got older, and I saw like my baseball career will probably be the better path for me. And I fell in love with the sport. There's no other sport like baseball. So I do miss it, but to this day, I still think I made the right choice of sticking with baseball.
We're here with Flames outfielder Jake Wilson. Last few things here on the Clubhouse Report. Who are some of your favorite teams growing up, and how much did you watch on TV, different sports?
Well, see, now I'm a huge Toronto fan because that's the closest big city to me. So Blue Jays fan, Toronto Maple Leafs fan, really anything in Toronto I'm a fan of. If I had to watch basketball, I watch the Raptors, but I don't really watch too much basketball. But I love watching football. So my favorite team is to watch the Buffalo Bills. So they're one of the closer teams to me. So anytime on Sunday or Monday they're playing, you know where to find me, right in front of my TV to watch them.
Nice. Yeah, they had a big year last year. I think they're on their way up, it seems like. What are some other things Jake Wilson likes to do away from the baseball field?
See, I like to hang out with all my teammates. Like, this is my last year in college. I want to just have fun with all my teammates, have fun with the fellas, and not try to be too stressed about anything, not try to do too much. So when I'm away from baseball, I try to take full advantage of just having fun, relaxing, and playing some video games too. Can't cut the edge off.
All right, last thing here, Jake, coming up this weekend, big series with North Alabama, and the ball clubs had a lot of success at home, some success on the road as well, played 500 ball away from your home ballpark, but coming up conference series, I mean, how big are these, and how much confidence do you guys have after the last series against UNA?
I think we have a lot of confidence ever since that big winning streak we went on earlier in the season. Ever since then, our confidence has been very high, and nothing has really been able to shake that. So we have a lot of confidence going into this weekend, but then again, like, it's baseball, anything can happen. Anyone can beat anyone. So we'll have to bring our best game Friday through Sunday to beat North Alabama, because they're a talented ball club and they can easily take 2, if not 3 of the weekend if we're not there ready to play. So we're ready to play, and we have a lot of confidence. So hopefully we can come out with a huge series win.
Good stuff, Jake. Appreciate the time. Good luck coming up this weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
That's Flames right fielder Jake Wilson with us on the Clubhouse Report this week. Stick around. We've got the head coach of the Flames joining us next.
This broadcast of Liberty Flames Athletics is brought to you in part by Beacon Credit Union. Beacon Credit Union is a full-service financial institution offering a wide range of products and services. Having served Lynchburg and the surrounding area for over 75 years, our vision is to be the premier provider of quality financial services, a leader in our community, and the most progressive financial institution in our field. More information on Beacon Credit Union and all your banking needs is available online at mybcu.org. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
Back to the Liberty Flames Clubhouse Report, presented by Fink's Jewelers. This week's show continues with the thoughts of Liberty head baseball coach Scott Jackson, presented by Beacon Credit Union.
Welcome back to this week's show, and we're visiting now with the head coach as we get ready for the North Alabama series coming up here this weekend. And, well, riding a 5-game winning streak, took care of business at home, Coach, and a big win on Tuesday night against Virginia Tech to knock off basically a top 15 ball club. Just depends on what poll you look at. Definitely a top 20 ball club. I mean, how good is the club feeling going onto the road this weekend?
Yeah, our guys were excited. Certainly last night I thought the energy in the crowd and just the weather being good, a 6:00 game, and a team that was that hot coming in here. The kids know they know what records are. They follow scores, and I think that's a confidence booster for us. And anytime you and I have talked about that so much over the years, just winning those big games in the middle of the week and how that can vault you into the weekend. Feeling good about yourself with some confidence and some energy. So I think that's the case here, and just excited for our players. I thought they played really well last night.
Is there a hotter hitter on the planet right now than Gray Betts? 16-game hitting streak now.
Yeah, no, it's been fun to watch him. I mean, what a competitive kid, and somebody that you just go back to it. I think back to watching him through the summer ball circuit and the travel ball. And, that kid was on my radar when I was an assistant coach at North Carolina. And, that's how hitters are. Hitters hit. They have a history of doing it. And, he's no different. And I think, where he's at right now, obviously in a really good place, is something that, like I said, it's fun to watch. It's fun to be his coach, and I'm excited for him. The other thing that he does for us is I went back and watched every pitch, this morning on TV, and you watch him back there behind the plate, and just incredible how much time and effort he's put into being a better catcher and to be that elite of a receiver. I think he's put himself in that elite category, just with what he's doing back there to steal strikes and give our pitchers every chance possible to get back in counts and just to manage the game at that position. It's been incredible to watch him.
Yeah, and two, I mean, just the way he handles the bat. I mean, that bunt single that he had the other night against Tech, beautifully done. And then as a runner at first base, Aaron Anderson's up there. He's getting bigger leads and kind of getting the catcher out of his crouch, stealing pitches for the hitter. I mean, there's so many little things that it seems like he does that can't be detected in a box score either.
That's exactly right. You talked to Matt Williams too, and just how he retains information. It wouldn't surprise me if, it's going to take me a good couple hours here to just go back and refresh my memory for North Alabama. We played him 3 times. I wouldn't be surprised if Gray can walk into my office right now and go down the lineup and, just recall his thoughts and what he remembers off of those guys. And that was, a month ago. So he's a baseball player. He does things. He's got awareness that, you can't teach that kind of stuff. The instinct and the awareness, on the bases in the batter's box and certainly behind the plate is something that, you either have it or you don't, and boy, oh boy, he's got it.
Head coach of the Flames, Scott Jackson, joining us here. And, well, you mentioned North Alabama, club that's now lost 9 straight ball games, and your team's playing really well. It seems like 2 teams going in very different directions coming into this weekend. I think the question that fans would ask is, do you guard against any kind of overconfidence? But, at the same time, I mean, you've got a veteran ball club. I mean, these guys know what it takes, right?
I think so. I think if you've got, some young, maybe lack of experience, immaturity on your team from that perspective, then, maybe you worry about that. I certainly don't worry any about that with our team and the veteran players that we've had. It's a good crew, and it's a crew that has a lot of players that have been down there back in 2019. So, when you have some familiarity with where you're going and what it was like last time, it looks like, we're going to be able to practice on Thursday night down there. So that's been something that has eluded us, a lot this year, whether it be, UCF or TCU. It's been tough for us to get that Thursday practice in. I'm really, really big on that. And, to be able to look at the weather and say, okay, we're going to leave early in the morning so we can go down there and get familiar with their park. And then the weather looks like it's going to give us 3 games in 3 days, knock on wood, with no double headers. So I like that part about it. That's what you sign up for, those weekends with good weather and the chance to play, 3 9-inning games in 3 days. I think that's good for us. And I told our team last night, they know, this is the biggest weekend of our season. It's on the road. It's our last true road series, if you will, inside our division in ASUN play. And so anytime you go on the road, the stakes are going to be higher. The comfort level isn't going to be the same. And, we're 8-8 on the road, and we need to get over the hump here this weekend. Our kids know it. And I don't think you put any pressure on it. I don't think you make it any different. I don't think you overlook anything. I think you go down there and play baseball, and our kids are pretty good at doing that.
And certainly last time you faced North Alabama, a lot of success for your pitching staff. 3 straight shutouts. I don't know if you can expect that kind of level of success again, but your pitchers were able to do some good things against them last time to kind of hold their hitters in place. Without revealing too much, how much do you keep that same game plan coming into this weekend?
Yeah, you're always going to pitch to your strengths. So, we're going to do that down there. It's definitely a different ballpark. It's going to play a little bit different probably than here. So, you've got that going into the back of your mind. All you can do is control the execution of pitches on the mound. And, our guys have done such a good job in between starts of preparing and getting better from week to week because it's not easy. It's not going to be easy playing the same team 3 more times. Anytime you have to play somebody 6 times in one season, there's some familiarity with them, with us with them, and it's just not easy to win all 6 of them. So we're going to have to pitch at a high level to do that. I think we're capable of that, and I think our guys are up for the task. I know it's been fun to watch that bullpen, and our starters have been rock solid, including Dylan Cumming and Nick Willard. Just this past week, you don't get many seasons where you get a shot in the arm like that in the rotation with guys that perform that well. And now we're sitting here looking at, upwards of 6 different guys who have started a game for us this year at some point, which helps you tremendously going into postseason play.
Head coach of the Flames, Scott Jackson, with us here. And Dylan Cumming, I got a text during the ball game on Tuesday night from former pitcher Billy Daniels, and he said, he looks a lot like Derek Lowe. Have you? Yeah. Do you see that, or what kind of comparisons do you make with Dylan Cumming?
Well, if Dylan Cumming can find D'Lo's slider, we're in business. That's a great comp on Billy's part. It's definitely sinking and running. I didn't realize it. You can only see so much from my angle there in the third base dugout when he's pitching, but that's thankful for the LFSN crew here and going back and watching every pitch on video, and man, that ball was doing some things that are fun to watch. I can see as a fan when you're watching on ESPN Plus like Billy was, just hey, you just don't see that much anymore with sinker ballers that have that kind of life and that kind of depth to it. And it's fun to watch those guys, and Dylan was certainly fun to watch last night as he went out there and really attacked and did some really good things with that pitch. But that's a good one. Good kudos to Billy there. D'Lo, I'll take that one.
Is he available out of the pen this weekend, or do you try to keep him in a midweek starting role for now?
Well, you do. It wasn't I didn't think he got into, a very taxing situation at any point in that game against Virginia Tech. And the asterisk in this scenario is that Dylan Cumming, he may recover better than any pitcher on our staff. So yes, he's available this weekend in some capacity. He needs to be. That's a good place to put the ball on the ground. It's a smaller ballpark. The ballpark does play small. So it's nice to have him available and to be able to do some things. I think to neutralize the ballpark is going to be something that I'll keep my eye on. And if we find the right moment for Dylan, we want to get him in there and get him out of there and hopefully still have him available to start next week against Duke.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate the time and wish you the best of luck coming up here this weekend in Florence, Alabama.
All right, Nick, I appreciate you, man.
As always, the thoughts of Flames head baseball coach Scott Jackson are brought to you by Beacon Credit Union. As we begin to wrap things up here on this week's show, we look ahead to the weekend series with the University of North Alabama. And the Flames on the road here trying to Well, at least win the series. You'd obviously love to go down there and sweep it. I mean, these are, as we said, two ball clubs that are going in very different directions. The Flames 22-8. The Lions are 4-26 and 3-9 in ASUN play. Just having a really tough year down there. But all four of their wins have also come at home. They're 4-8 at home. So keep in mind, they have played 18 games on the road. And you know that this is a Lions ball club that's starving for some home games, and they're going to get 3 of them coming up here this weekend against the Flames. Liberty did sweep North Alabama in Lynchburg the first time these two clubs matched up. Not only swept UNA, but did something nearly unheard of, and that's 3 consecutive shutouts pitched for the Flames. A 4-0 win in Game 1, 7-0 in Game 2, 6-0 in Game 3. That was March 12th through the 14th here in Lynchburg. And so just about a month ago, the last time these two clubs got together, UNA hitting .202 as a ball club coming into this thing, an on-base percentage of .308, and the Lions have scored just 96 runs in their 30 ball games this year. You look at the starting pitching matchups, starting with Friday night, Game 1. Hunter Davidson, the right-hander for UNA, will get the ball. He pitched pretty well against the Flames in that first game, 1-4 on the year with a 3.86 ERA. He'll be making his 8th start. Going against Liberty left-hander Trevor DeLate, he's 4-1 with a 2.66 on the year. Game 2 of the series, it'll be right-hander Chase Best for UNA, 1-6 with a 6.51. Right-hander Nick Willard for the Flames. He had a great start last week against Lipscomb. Made his first career start. He's at 1-0 on the year now with a .71 ERA. Willard for the Flames on Saturday. Then Sunday, you're looking at Kyle Moore, the right-hander for UNA, 0-5 with a 6.97. And Trey Gibson, the right-hander for Liberty, 5-3 with a 3.89. Game times this weekend, 6 o'clock first pitch on Friday night, 3 o'clock Saturday, 1 o'clock Sunday. All times are Eastern. We will have them for you on the radio. Saturday and Sunday will be on 90.9 FM in Lynchburg. All 3 games will have live audio play-by-play on LibertyFlames.com. Pre-game coverage begins a half hour prior to first pitch. Bear with us this weekend. I will tell you that this is the first time this year we have had a remote road broadcast, meaning I will be in Lynchburg calling the ball games from the studio, and the ball club will be in Florence, Alabama, playing at UNA. Just not enough space down there with COVID-19 regulations and protocols. Certainly understand that, but thankfully the folks at UNA will be putting on an ESPN Plus television production this weekend, so we will have the call for you on the radio still this weekend, and hope you will join us for all 3 games coming up here. We're out of time on this week's show. Once again, we thank our guests, Flames pitcher Dylan Cumming, right fielder Jake Wilson, and head coach Scott Jackson for joining us. Flames look to stay hot in ASUN conference play coming up this weekend. Hope you will join us for all 3 games from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Till next time, this has been the Liberty Flames Clubhouse Report presented by Finks Jewelers. My name is Nick Pierce saying so long, everybody.
You've been listening to the Liberty Flames Clubhouse Report presented by Finks Jewelers. For more on Flames baseball, check out LibertyFlames.com. You can also follow the team on Twitter and Instagram at Liberty Baseball and on Facebook at Liberty Flames Baseball. The Flames Clubhouse Report is an exclusive presentation from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.